I see you, see me, oh, people. So there's this conversation that was going on yesterday. Sorry, I didn't know that it was my personal page that I was ranting on. I thought it was my Life Matters page. And real Samist, I'm sorry. It's old age. It's old age that is catching your gale. So let me tell you what's going on. So there's this conversation that was going on yesterday, and I wanted to jump on it today because I feel like it's something we have to talk about. So my brother and friend Dari Justified, and I'll see if he's available so that I can have him and what do you call it? Sorry, just 1 minute. Yeah. So Dari was ranting yesterday. And was talking about something that I feel we should talk about as Christians. And guys, I'm not saying it out of spite to anybody or to any church. A church. Oh my God. Hi, Lobi Lolo. Lolo. Your name is funny. But I want to talk about it. Hi, Dari. Dari, are you free? I want to talk to you. I want to talk to Dari about something very important. So Dari was ranting yesterday, and for me, I feel like it was a rant that I have personally struggled with when it comes to church leadership, and when it comes to people acting a certain way when it comes to gospel artistry. And you would think that what's Anu saying today? So Minister Dari Justified is a praise leader. He's a very good brother and friend. For those that have seen a lot of my wedding posts, he sang even during my wedding. He was a guest though. He was supposed to be like a guest at the wedding. But God bless him, and he did more than enough. We danced, we were happy, we took pictures. It was an amazing day. But this is what happened. So I don't know where I met the conversation halfway yesterday, and I felt like I want to hear more of his perspective about it and how to deal with this because of younger artists. So he said something that baffled me. Hi, Judge. And he said, hi, Timmy. Sorry. He suddenly got a call from certain people, and they said, Dari, we can't wait to have you at this show. Dari, we can't wait to have you at this show. And he was surprised in his mind to see that flyer was somewhere, or his picture was on a banner by a particular church. And they didn't tell him that he was invited as the guest act. And in my head, it calls from a lot of integrity. Okay, no problem, Bruce. No problem. It calls for a lot of integrity when it comes to the church, right? Where even when it comes to like our day-to-day work as workers in church and the place of our integrity. And I'm wondering in my head why we have that problem in church. To be very sincere with you, I don't know why we have that problem, but we sincerely have that problem. And I still don't understand why the church is having that that problem. Or is it just me where you just wake up in the morning? I've seen something like that. Nathaniel Bassey, his flyers everywhere, and he doesn't show up. And when you are close to certain people and you have that conversation, they say, oh, he had already cancelled since, but they didn't want people to know that he had cancelled, so they left the flyer that way, and they want people to still come. And those things make me cringe, guys. Like, it makes me cringe. And you see, same with even Coupe, the guy that was interviewing Dari yesterday, was talking about the same thing, that because what they call it, because Minister Tokwe Alabi put his picture. Hi, Pastor Korede. Pastor Korede, I didn't hear back from you. in real life. I didn't hear back from you, but that's all I will say. So, as a church, I believe that integrity is something we all, or maybe I'm the one that didn't give you feedback. I'm sorry, Pastor. I'm a bad child. I will report myself. So, as I was saying, and he said that this pastor now came to approach him after they've used this picture as flyer, and he confronted them and said, why would you use my picture and Tope Labi's picture on your flyer when we were not invited for the event? And according to him, he said, the pastor said, well, we saw your picture posted on Tope Labi's page, and we feel like it would be nice if you can invite Tope Labi for us. So when did we come to this place of we have to have a guest artist before? I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like it's lack of integrity as a church, where we are the ones that will get substandard goods when it comes to infrastructure. We are the ones that will want to pay people less than they deserve when it comes to service. And even when it comes to working with church members, I don't know if you ever worked with church members. They are the worst at doing business. I can't even lie to you. Sometimes I feel like God should just rain down from heaven and just do something sometimes so that we can forge ahead in our like why? If we say we are born of God, we are children of God, we have the characteristics of our Father in us, why will we be doing this? I still don't understand, guys. I can't lie to you. I was shocked when I heard those things that they were saying. And for those sorry guys, today is a very wonderful day for me. Hi Rike. And for me today, what I want to talk about, and I'm going to have Dari in a couple of minutes, and it is, why is it that some churches lack integrity? Some church leadership lack integrity. Why is it that we can't have some sort of relationship where we can have a conversation with one another without it being like I don't even know how to call it, because it's sickening. You don't send the invite, or you call. Oh, okay. So let me give you another example of what I feel like when it comes to working with church members. It makes me cringe the way we waste each other's time, right? So I had this conversation one time, and I was telling my husband that this church member books a session with you, and this person doesn't show us until 2 hours, and he's like, well, I'm not doing anything, so what not? And I'm like, no. It's us that's supposed to be in the front what of each other's business. I don't think it's maybe it's me that I'm thinking that way. Or guys, what do you think? Like I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why this would be happening to us. Maybe it's me. Or is it just me that thinks that way? I'm just waiting so that I can have what they call it, Dari, in a couple of minutes. But I still don't understand the initiative behind it. When it comes to integrity and the church, it's like the church is on a different pedestal, a different level. It's like we are on a different platform of what we are meant to do. And to be very sincere, it just hurts me. Hi, Oluseyi. And I'm like, why? It's when the church wants to, what they call it? It's when the church wants to do something they believe that they should not pay much because they feel like it's too expensive. And I'm like, but the person's service, is it not worth it? I don't know, maybe for you, but I don't know why I should want, as a church, as a body, I don't know why I should want substandard goods. Do you understand? Like, why should a church Why should it be that we, the church, should be the ones having or getting substandard goods, or buying or making, or like I still don't, it still hasn't come to my head for 1 minute. And to be very sincere with you, I've asked myself several times, is it a case of um is it a case of we don't like each other, or we don't love to work with each other, or we don't love to help each other's businesses? Like, what exactly is the issue? And I'm just being truthful, right? I'm just being truthful. Why? We're the ones that stab ourselves in the back. Why? So for those just joining me, welcome. I think I'll just pin what I'm talking about. It's saddening. I remember talking to an artist that said they had already finished talking to this church. This church called them to come and sing, and they were done singing. And the pastor said, "God bless you." She said, "Amen, sir." He said, "God bless you." He said, "Amen, sir." She was expecting that there's an arrangement. You give me whatever it is that the Holy Spirit lays upon your heart. But for these guys that came with me, it's a job. Like, this is their full-time job. They are married men and women here who are going back home. And the pastor said, "Oh, I thought we already resolved it. The church will just bless you." And in my head, I'm thinking, but you had this conversation before the person came on stage. Or I even heard one where the what they call it, was it the devil that the other people that get paid? Are they doing for the devil? Guys, say hi to my brother. That's Dr. Ade. I posted a video of his on my Insta story. Y'all should go check it out. And is, people that I grew up with, and they're just too fine these days. But yeah, like, is it the devil they sang for? Or is it the devil they, like, I still don't understand. I remember growing up, and if Boy Guy is still on the live, like, we went through a lot in church. We went through a lot. Hi, Sister Kemi. We went through a lot in church. And in my head, till now, I still don't know why the narrative hasn't changed. No, but it's the truth, Brega. Like, the narrative still hasn't changed. Do you get? Like, till now, I still haven't found the place of, when it comes to us and the church, there's no integrity. You have a business, a personal business. You send your quote to the church and say, "Oh, sir, ma, this is what," and this is after that you have already told your workers, "This is the church. We're doing it at a discount. This, that," and you've done all those things, and you brought it down to the lowest. And guess what will happen? The same church will now tell you, how will I call it? The same church will now tell you, sister, no, these things are too expensive. And in my head, I'm thinking, what? Have you gone to see an average, like, oh my God, when my husband is quoting people for, like, maybe say this thing or that thing, or like, okay, let's say I want to cover an event, or I'm supposed to do something. And when especially the Christians out there, if it sends a Canadian, "Oh, my charge is this, because you come from by referral, you can pay this, and you see they're able to bring out their money. They're like, "Okay, the time is 3:00. By 6 you can leave." Like, I have seen him work with different non-Africans, and when they tell him the event is 3 to 6, it's very few Africans that start at 3 and end at 6. Very few. Even church program. I said I was coming to rant tonight because I was in severe pain. Or I am in severe pain. When will the church stand for integrity? When will the church stand for something that we can beat our chest that when this comes to my church or when this comes to the gathering of these believers, this case is different? When will it get to that point? When? Because it's disheartening. I can't even lie to you. You drive miles. I mean, you travel to a different city or you drive miles to a different place with your gas. Not like you were the one that called them that, oh, I want to come and sing in your church. I have never done it in my life. I know a lot of pastors in Canada. I know a lot of pastors. I know a lot of people, choir leaders. I can easily say, hello, do you guys want to have a praise leader in your church? I have never in my entire singing career ever done it in my life. Because I feel like each church should be led by the Spirit of God on who stands on their altar. Each church should be. So it's disheartening that you as a gospel act will now pick up your phone and say, hello sir, I'll just ask me if there's any slot for me for the convention. Why? Why? Why would that be your own case? Why can't you talk to the Holy Spirit that, Holy Spirit, I really, really, really love this church. I really, really love this church, and I would love it that you lay it upon the pastor's heart to call me. Can't the Holy Spirit hear you? Why can't we just trust? Why can't we trust God enough when it comes to us and our ministries? Why? Why can't we trust God enough? Why is it that as a church, or as a church business owner, you have a business, you're a church member, and they tell you, let's travel to this particular state for this particular event, and you get there, and the thing that they promise you is opposite what happens. And 95% of the time, they won't come back to say, oh, sister, no, I'm so sorry for what happened. I'm so sorry for this thing. Or, oh, I'm sorry it didn't go according to plan. This is how we planned. Like, nothing like that. That entitlement mentality. Why? Why are we spoiling each other's business? Why? When will we wake up as a church? When will we wake up? I don't know when we wake up, but we need to wake up, guys. The world isn't even copying the church again. It's painful. The life of Christ is different from the life that you want people to see in you. When it comes to trying to please others, then you are negating that life of Christ. Because if the life of Christ is supposed to show by example, it's supposed to help us lead by example, and we're not doing that as a church, then it's defeating the purpose of why Christ died for us. When you want to do anything, what pastor say, what pastor do? Why is your doing your service for God based on what pastor will say or see? Why? Give me a reason why. So I still don't understand. Personally, I still don't understand. Guys, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, I have thought about these things several times. I have given so many excuses. I have a question that sort of ties to this. Is it wrong to pay instrumentalists? No, it's not wrong. That's my answer. Number one for me is, as anybody that has a talent that God has given you, never commercialize the talent of God upon your life. Because I have seen people that they have not done the work, they've not done nothing, and their goal is the money and not service. They're two different things. So if you are an instrumentalist that you can't play only more than reggae, and you're telling me to pay you, I don't want to say what's on my mind. You must be worth that service I'm going to pay you. If you are dealing with me as a business owner, that if I tell you to buy 5 things and you buy 4, I have gone to a church before, guys, in this Canada, where I get to the church to sing and the keyboardist can only play on one key. And me trying to help him by singing on that same key is going off key. So let's not come to that. So if you are an instrumentalist, that is what you do as work. That's what you do as your livelihood. Immediately you're getting to that church and you already go and meet them. Sama, I am a professional drummer. I do this, I do that, and I am not able to. This is what I use as food on my family's table. Curry, make sure that there is a contract. Don't say, bros, God bless you, we will get back to you. Just start playing for us. Don't try it. My brother, my sister. That's about the integrity we are talking about. Where the church will tell you that, okay, no problem. We get you. But you know what? And you can just start with us. We will see how the money will come up. Then they'll start bringing, can you train this our son? You finish training the son for about 6 months. Very soon they will kick you out, and that same son you train that's going to be their drummer. So don't even try it. If you know that you are an instrumentalist and you know that that's your source of livelihood and it's not a form of service for you, it's a job, please take it as your job. If it's a form of service to you where this is how you want to serve the church with no pay, please move on. No, boy, a guy, we know these things now. It's the truth. We know. So all these things are things, there are areas in the church where I feel like our integrity is at stake. Our integrity is at stake. How will the world trust us if we ourselves can't trust ourselves? I was having a conversation with like a big auntie to me, and she said, this is why I don't like giving business to church members. Because this person flopped and the person didn't deliver. So in your mind, you'll be thinking that, oh, this person should know better, this person should do better, but the person didn't do better. Okay, so Boyega, I understand where you're coming from, where I feel like if I'm in a church, I sang in the church I was before now for about 4 years. And a lot of the struggle I had was not even that appreciation. It was a function of growth. Do you get my point? And for me, it was a place where this is where I'm looking at, and this is the struggle I still have even with my present church, where when someone came to meet me about, oh, do you have a whatever against the choir and this, then I told the person, I don't have any problem with the choir. This was a situation that happened. Everybody has their perception about me in the choir. They already had the perception about what happened in the choir. The difference between someone was removed from a choir group and there's a difference between that and someone left the group. So let's use our initiative when we are having this conversation. And I told the person, I said, you're the first person out of everybody in the choir that's coming to meet me to say, I know, so what happened? Why are we not seeing you in choir rehearsals? But that's by the side. And for me, I told the person that for me, there were basic things that I felt like when it comes to me and this particular group of people, I meant the choir, the issue I have is growth. Everybody is comfortable because everybody's saying, choir really tried today, choir really did well today. And the same thing I told them in my former church. You can't keep doing the same thing and want a different results. You can't. It's not possible. Call it work. So if all of us with the aim that let us all grow, it means that when A or B or C or D says, let us sing this particular way because this is how to sing better, we should do it. And we should know that it is for our own good. So my issue was more of growth as individuals when it comes to the choir. in my former church. And when I saw that my present church were also having the same issue, and what happened for me, I personally just said, well, until this person comes and says, oh, this is why this and this happened, I am going to keep looking. And I was being sincere about it. But I told myself that my gem for this year is growth in every area of my life, which means that I would rather be growing in my house. I have a keyboard at home. I would rather rehearse and grow in my house than mash myself and be frustrated with a group. Okay, so what guys said, I hate when a pastor will say they cannot pay or appreciate or treat the musician well, but they will invite guest minister and be treating them like celebrities. Find them. Very true. Very true, Boyega. That is a conversation that I always have with a lot of pastors when they come up with, you're not supposed to pay, but why is it that you not paying the man? I am sorry. You will tell me that you're not paying him, you're appreciating him. Do the same thing for a person that comes week in, week out. I remember, Boyega, if you remember this person that used to drum in IITA, you know the person is a guy, you know the person, yeah? And what happened is, this person had school fees issues, and the pastor of that church, Boyega, you know who I'm talking about, the pastor of that church, his 3 children are in private universities. You know the person I'm talking about. And this person couldn't afford. The guy even came to meet him and said, sir, can the church borrow me my school fees? Borrow. Do you understand? Borrow me my school fees. And the pastor said, the church is not this. Okay, sir, can you? Like, he tried all avenues. And the father said, shit has not come to it. I don't want to work with me in the farm so that we can work together. You said church, choir. Now that you have all this choir, did they help you? And that was how the guy left the church. He's in a different church right now, Boyega. So I'm not saying, and we know that this person is good. We know he paid his dues. I know people that trek from their house to that same IITA for rehearsals. So when you treat people, and that's what the integrity we are talking about. Why is it wrong that the pastorate can say, oh, choir, you've been working so hard, everybody has been doing so much work, let's do this for the choir. It's not a matter of pay. Like I said, if you're coming in form of a service, right? If you're coming in form of a service and that is what you are going to do, come in form of a service and deliver that service and get paid. Have your contracts ready. Don't say Jesus died for everybody, including that contract that you're going to sign. So if you know that this is what you're going to do and you're not able to do it and you're not able to pay, clear your bags and leave. But if you know that, okay, in this church, I'm not bothered about money, I'm going to serve, right? Serve the service. Serve the service and enjoy yourself. Do you get what I'm saying? But don't kick yourself or don't shoot yourself in the leg by not crying, because some pastors, and let me tell you the truth, some big churches have so many departmental, and don't know anything that's happening in other departments in their church. They don't. And I won't lie to you. The church is now very big. So there are 6 drummers, 50 singers. So they might not be able to place an eye on everything. So that is where division of labor comes in. Right? Division of labor comes in where you are able as a pastor to ask your choir leader, can you give us reports? What's going on with the choir? What do the instrumentalists need? Who is in need of this? Can we take the instrumentalists out? Can we take the singers out? Can we allow the praise team to go on a break for some time? When your service is in the heart of God, and you have pastors that don't help your service, let me say that, it comes to a place where you will not be able to serve well. until you get to meet people that sincerely they just want to be true to help you through your service. I don't know if you understand what I said. So this is where I started from, for those just joining me. I started from a place where we have a lot of churches that use people's flyer as invited guests. But the truth of the matter is, these invited guests are not informed that they were invited in the first place. They were not. Let me give you an example of something that I feel like until we get to the place where we start appreciating talents, not just singers, ushers, technical, dramatists in the church, for those that are not solid in God's word, let me tell you, we will lose them to the hands of the devil and the hands of people that are able to give them the juicy juice that they're looking for. A lot of people are like that. So when I remember when I joined a particular group of people, I told them, this is my goal. The moment we begin to not fit into that goal, I will leave. And I don't lie. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe anybody's father or mother anything. I tell myself the truth. When I get to a place, this is my kind of life. When I get to a place, I want to influence. I want to impact. If I see that my impact, I'm just being used. They're just sucking my blood. Nothing is coming from the other end for me. I will begin to go and suck from somewhere so that I can be refilled. Because so many of these are pastors, some of them don't know better. And I won't lie to you. Some of them are used to, but we served. We carried this on our head. We were the one doing this in our school then. Yes, all well and good. You did all that in your school. I celebrate you. But you were doing it as a student. That felt like that was how and the only way, what do they call it, that you could serve God. Now people have found other ways to serve God. And they are being true and consistent in those ways. So why can't you just be true to them too? Oh, if they say I'm self-serving, I am sorry. That is your opinion. Let me tell you whose opinion. I am not the kind of person that gets easily influenced. I will tell you the truth. I'm not the kind of person that will jump on things. I'm not that kind of person. If I see, even ask my friends, even for Instagram Live, you don't just see me jump on Instagram Live. A lot of people that are being interviewed, I can also pick my phone and say, brother, this, Egbon, Alpha, how's everything? I want to have you on the show. And be doing that every day. I'm just serving other people. I'm just trying to be like other people. And that is the truth. So the moment we take our eyes off a vision, there's a big problem. And I won't lie to you, there is a big problem. The moment I begin to, how do they call it, take my foot off the pedal when it comes to my own personal growth. And because of what people say, and I go and I shoot myself in the leg, I have hurt my own self and I won't grow. So people think, oh, it is pride that when you enter a group and they ask you, oh, so what do you like about our group? And I tell you that I am the kind of person that I believe in growth. I believe that I should be better than when I came. If I begin to reduce, I will leave and I go to another place that will help me grow. Either I leave that department or I take a break from it. My brother has come on. and I leave the department or I move to a different department, there's no cause for alarm. Bros.
I'm so sorry.
Hey. See, let me tell you people, when you marry, these are your trick will be. Mr. Lalubenjo, I'm a way help you.
Bros, you there here?
I'm a way help you. You are just enjoying. Very soon, that'll be hearing Lalubenjo is also rock. All this pride up and down. It's not good for you.
You are more fresh than me now.
Please, Lalubenjo. It is AANU. I know it's AANU. Don't spoil my name.
Uncle what famous?
Don't mind him, Jerry. My brother, I'm in a payment mode. I'm in severe pain. And the severity of my pain comes from the place of the church has lost its integrity. I am not going to mince words. You know what you and Coupe were saying yesterday? It just made me think that maybe sometimes some of us are just too gentle to say some of these things. What people say, how people feel about it. And today I was like, you know what? I just want to rant. Whoever doesn't like it, there are so many transformers in the area. There can be a transformer
in Canada. We are the ones in Nigeria.
There is still a transformer here. I don't know where they are, but you can find it. Why is it that when it comes to sticking to the word, like when they say, Brother Dari, come and sing in my church. And Brother Dari says, oh, I'm bringing 6 people in my band. Whatever God lays upon your heart to do for me, you can do it. But these people, this is their livelihood. This is what they used to shop. And after the ministration, they now give you drink, they give you ampa, and they tell you, God bless you, brother.
Some don't even give you ampa. It is pop and tea.
Oh my God.
Pop.
What's Nefertiti? What's Nefertiti? I don't know. If that Taiwo, please. What's
Some it is Zobo. Some it is Zobo. Cold Zobo. Cold Zobo at Bones.
But where do we get to? Where do we get to that place where we're able to stick to our word, that I'm able to say, Elijah Daniel said,
Pop and hot tea.
They want you to sing better next time. But when do we get to that place where I can actively beat my chest and say, I want to do business with my church member, or I want to, like, and I'm seeing this cut across like the church as a body, all of us, where I'm like, oh, Brother Ray, let me send this money, help me build a house, and I can sleep and know that will work. Or as a church member, they give you a contract in church, please help us build this thing, and we meet it the exact way. Like, why is it that is a problem in church?
I feel that in church, it comes to a point where familiarity comes in, and then we just feel, after all, is it not elder, auntie, I know you will do it for me. No. You know, we tend to just, you know, take advantage of the relationship of the fact that we're in the same church. Me and one guy were talking earlier today. The guy is a good photographer, and he said, I've worked with a lot of people in your church. They are fantastic people. They pay a whole lot of money. And I said, oh yeah, come to our church now, since you've been making a whole lot of money. The guy said he makes a whole lot of money in my church last year and even this year. And I said, oh yeah, come and join us now. And I said, guy, I cannot come. As much as I want to come and join your church, I don't think I would like to come, because I know if I come to your church, familiarity will set in, and it will decrease my value, because they are seeing him every day. It's not after all. Are we not the same?
Are you not the goggles in the church?
Pastor Zoso, Pastor Tunde, come and talk to your boy now. He said he does know, head of media. Are you not part of the media team? What is wrong with you, sir? You are not charging me 500,000. It's like that in church. They just feel, is it not a member of our church? I'm telling you, if your church, if you happen to be popular in your church, some church, oh, not all churches, they just feel that after all, you're a member. After all, he's a member now. What is he doing that is so special? He's a singer. A particular church, the guy told me that his pastor, the guy is into live band and he's very good. He's popular. He's popular. He's one of those loud Benjo's boys and all that. He said he'd been singing in church for like 12 years, back to back. He's very good. But by the time the pastor's wife turns 50 and they want to go and they are looking for who to call, they said, let's give it to this guy. They said, no, less experience. He doesn't have an experience. They now went to go and give it to someone outside and they paid that person 2.5 million naira. This happened last year. The church is very popular in Lagos. They left the guy, and you know what? The guy that they called was now wondering, you don't know why thought they call it. It's as bad as even the person that they called was wondering why you not going to sing for your pastor's wife wedding. They said, less experience. That does not have an experience, and they gave those people 2.5 million naira. And the guy is struggling to release an album. He's been trying. He's been going to studio. He has gone to pastor. Say, Pastor, can you please help me? I see. Just help me with this album. And see, I will serve you this church for the rest of my life. I want to give my all to this church. But Pastor, this album that I'm trying to do, I'm doing this live band. They know. They see him at events, but they don't trust him. They say he doesn't have an experience. He's our boy. He's our boy. I will tell you the guy's name offline. I'm telling you, you will feel sorry for this guy. As I'm talking to you, I spoke with the guy last week. He's looking for money to record his album. He still have about 8 or 10 tracks to go. He is broke. He does not have money. As a matter of fact, in this period, he's looking for money. There is no money. But church said that how can we pay him? You know, even if they give the guy 500,000, he will overdo the job. Trust me. But they went outside to give the other guys 2.5 million naira. He got angry and his wife said, just go to the event. He went to the event. When the guy saw him, the guy said, how come you don't sing for your pastor's wife? Can you imagine? So in church, familiarity and a whole lot of things comes in, and they just feel that you are not good enough. Or they feel that, how are we going to pay you this amount of money when there is I'm just saying, they'll just put the name. We can't have when we have BJ Sax. So you just do worship, or you sing some other time, and you sing next week Sunday for special program.
Man, I feel like crying, man.
I'm telling you, it's as bad as that. If they know, I'm into live band, I do live band, I can sing, they will say, oh, are you sure? I don't want
it's not jealousy. No, it's not jealousy. It's to me, it's over familiarity that's led to contempt, where people are struggling. And I know what you're saying, because I have a lot of friends that are what they call it. See, tell me, I understand what you're saying, and a lot of people are saying the guy should leave the church. And there are times where I remember when, and I'll give you this example, yeah.
Okay.
I got to this particular church I was going to, so I won't state it so that nobody will know the church I'm talking about. And
I know people are already commenting.
From the first,
people are already commenting.
What do you say?
So people are commenting.
Yeah, I'm seeing the comments, yeah. And see, the funny thing was, from the first day that I joined the rehearsals. So there, imagine this, the mic. Let me use a real mic. So people say, you know that I have mic. So imagine this, the choir leader. So let's welcome all the people that are joining our choir for the first time. Don't think you are very special. I'm the only one that is joining you. Don't think you're very special. Don't think because everybody knows you wherever you're coming from. don't think. So everybody's like looking at my direction, like
they're already talking down on you.
What is going on? So 2 months after, there's a choir director. There's choir admin. There's choir director. So choir admin will say, so for this week, we'll have Sister Anu, you will lead whatnot. So he would say that. Then during the week, he will send me the song, tell me how to break it down. So me, as over Sabi, I will go and scatter.
Your blood is what?
Murder the song. Then I get to rehearsal on Saturday. Sister Bolu, you're the one. The choir admin will now come. Sister Bolu, you're leading the special for Sunday. This is that the choir director has told her from Monday that this is the person leading.
Yes. Yeah.
We get to rehearsal on Saturday. The next day is Sunday.
They changed everything.
She has already told Sister Bolu from that same Monday.
From Monday that you are the one leading, go and rehearse the song on Saturday.
So it happened the first time, and I was like, okay, maybe it was an oversight. It happened the second time. I'm like, okay, maybe it's. By the time it happened the third time, I already told myself I'm not going to the church again.
Right.
And that day, because that day I literally just went to my house. I just cried. I cried on my way home. The reason why I cried, not because of, they didn't let me lead. I don't even need it. But I cried because I felt like this should not be what I should be going through in the
church. Yes.
You understand? In my place of service, I should not be going through things like this. And when that happened, I slept, woke up, and the next morning, God gave me certain words and said, I need you to grow in certain ways. You have to stay right. It was a struggle, and I knew that was a pruning process for me. So the reason why I gave this example that is very close to home, this is less than how many years?
This is you.
Is because I understand the place of where people are handled out of contempt. No matter how your talent is, some people will still make you feel like crap, right?
Yeah.
And I had to understand the place of, so if this is my pruning process, I must make sure that why do we prune plants? We prune because we want the plant to grow bigger, right?
Yes,
that's why you prune. So if this is where God wants me to grow better at some things, let me kukuma do the growth and discard whatever this person is doing. It's painful, though, to be very sincere.
Very painful.
When you scored songs, or when
from
you
Monday,
meant to do
overnight you're listening. You
understand? And you get there, and I'm just giving that as a regular example. There are worse ones that I can't even mention in life. Do you understand? But what I'm saying is, I understand the place of his pain, and that's why I said it's a very, very personal thing that I had to struggle with for years, where I had to feel like, why is it that we have to do so much as a church to feel accepted? Why should I do so much to use my talent? Why should I? And a lot of times it comes to...
And you know what? You know that if you react,
you're rude.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
She's proud. She's too forward. When did she join? Said that she's being pompous. What is wrong with her? Is she the only person that can sing? She's even proud. We're just trying to test her. They will now be, they will now be over exaggerating. We're just trying to test her. We just said she does test her for 2 months. Now she's overreacting. She's proud. Where is she coming from? Is it because she's coming from Nigeria? They will start saying all manner of things. And that is why a lot of people get hurt and they leave church. A lot of people have been offended. I don't want to mention names. Even some gospel artists, they don't go to their churches any longer because they just felt, okay, maybe I'm not accepted. Maybe because, okay, they've seen me, like I used to be there,
I Dare, let me even shock you. I think it was, I don't want to mention the name of the person, but the person said it on a live and said she had been playing in church for years, years. And the pastor did not even whatever. The moment his song went viral, and I mean he's a popular instrumentalist. The moment Praise the Lord, church. I want to talk about someone we are proud of.
Our very own.
Our very own son. And
Oh God.
what's going on, right? And they just mention his name. His son has been this, and I'm like,
everywhere. We prayed for him.
wait, when did you born me that now your son?
Our grace is working for her. You know, let me tell you something. For those of you who don't believe in my calling, that is when the pastor will come out. For those of you who are in the choir or you are youth, you don't believe in my calling. Can you see the result? I prayed over her. As a matter of fact, I've been saying, God, your daughter needs to come out. And God said, this is your year. As you can see, she's everywhere. I'm telling you, they will find what? See, let's welcome our very own, our son, the son of the house, the son of the son. He's,
the only reason why they're doing that is because they know they're not going to pay you when you come out and act.
Of course, yes.
That's the only reason.
If you charge them, you are in trouble. Even when they've not done anything for you, if you charge such people, you are in trouble. Because they will tell you, is it not that singer of yes? You know, Anu. I think we have to call her mother. Is she not our own? She is now telling us to bring money. Or she want logistics. What kind of logistics? I beg, let's pray to fella. I'm telling you.
Barry, so where do we, because all these things are things that, and like you said, they are things that hurt people. The people that are not, that haven't, before having the talent, they didn't have the relationship with God. They probably wouldn't go back to God like probably some people would do, or will say, or go and vent to God. They would just walk out. So how do we help the next generation? Because our generation will become the next pastors, right? And when we become these next pastors, some of us are going to still do the same thing. Or some of us that are head of departments right now are doing the same thing now in the church. I am up for talking about all the problems I have seen, but this is where I always put a structure to how life should run, is how do we find a solution that in the next 5 years, all those people that have left church based on church hurt and based on how the church has used them, because there was a day that I did a live on church abuse, and it was a lot. It was a lot. Like, people had to share how they've been, and I'm not just talking about emotional abuse or physical abuse. I'm talking about even sexual abuse.
No, beaten, yes.
Where the choir director, it is a regular, and I gave an example that you would never think in your mind that because a choir director wants to sleep with you, he intentionally will not give you lead. He will intentionally not make you back up.
To even do alto or soprano.
He will not. And in front of the entire choir, he will tell you don't know how to sing, just because he wants to sleep with you.
Terrible.
And he has come to a place where a particular church center had to ban that choir from going to rehearse because they started finding condoms in the toilet. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
In front of this man's wife, he is telling you, oh, I have an asthma attack. Please kiss me. Do not let me choke. In
Nigeria.
I am telling you.
Oh my God.
So all these things are happening, and in my head I'm thinking, okay, so we've gone through all these things. Some of us are still here, we are still standing, we are still able to say we serve God because we love God. But how do we create a platform or a solution where we are moving forward, having to make sure that people are healed, and having to make sure that people that are going to be the next leaders in church, which some of them are already leaders, are already acting already. So how do we make sure that these people do better? How do we do better when we become the pastors?
Hmm.
Because if your friends that are in the same committee that the pastor is trying to invite, and like, Darren are my guy, get that tenacity like that. May we bring person, we go bring crowd.
Fine.
So I'm already saying that these guys are already in departmental leadership in church.
Right.
And they are the ones that becomes the next pastor.
Yes, they are the ones that has become the best pastor.
How can we
or
do
music
better?
pastor.
How can we do better? How can we make sure that we don't continue the cycle of church hurt again?
I know honestly, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. And what made it a little bit difficult is the fact that plenty churches or different churches have their own doctrine of how they groom people to become head of departments. The way they do it in Christ Embassy is not the way they do it in CAC or they do it in Redeem. So I really don't know how we can test character from you being a member, from you going through discipleship and all of that. Even after you've gone through all of those things, a lot of people will, the moment you give them that power like this, they misbehave. They misbehave. I really don't know how it has to do with the doctrine of so many churches, how they bring up their leaders, their leadership training. How, okay, what is the criteria for you to be a leader? What is the criteria for you being a departmental leader? What are the criteria? What are the classes you will go through? Are they going to test your character? What would they do? How do you become a leader of the choir? So some people will just see one guy reigning somewhere. They'll just say, the train choir, he's very good. You don't know. You don't even know his character. You don't know what he can do. You don't know if he's proud. You don't know if he's bringing fetish spirit. You don't know if he's I'm telling you.
No sense of say Darren and my guy who perform for just give up.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
So you don't know. Test all spirits. You don't even know. And in churches, how they bring up leaders matters a lot too. Some people are not worthy leader. They talk down on people. Some people don't even know how to talk to their choir members. They talk to their choir members as if they are. I've gone to different choir rehearsals and say, okay, I'm ministering with the choir. And the choir leader will be talking as if he's their Lord. Hey, if you step out, you are dead. What kind of rubbish is that? You know,
Darry, this choir leader, I was talking about slapped the choir member during rehearsal.
Really? Oh my God.
I mean, like resounding slap. And at the end of the day, it was because of just messy issue, where behind the scene he was trying to get this girl.
Oh my God. Okay, let me give you this. There's a church in Lagos. Okay, the choir master is doing very fine. The music director is doing very fine. So a particular guy came to minister. A particular minister came to minister, and he scattered that church that night. They had praise night. So the bishop now saw the guy and said, hey, oh boy, hey, I love your style. Can you please come and just help our music? The other guy was doing fine, because of the razzmatazz and stuff like that. They just said, oh, this one, just come and give us that style in our choir. And the other music director got offended and stepped aside. And this guy came. Long story short, after about 8 months, about 2 or 3 sisters already got pregnant.
Holy Spirit.
In Lagos, mainland to be precise. Trust me, you can't just see anybody from outside.
And multiply and replenish the earth. Guys, we're back.
2 or 3 members of the choir already got pregnant, and they're saying, oh, is that new music director? So they just sacked him immediately. And by the time they were trying to beg the other music director, please come back, this thing has happened in church, the guy already made an arrangement. The guy is in Canada as I'm talking to you right now.
You will know 5 seconds. We have 5 seconds to go. Be back.
Okay. Are we going to come back?